Give me my toilet paper. I got to wipe down for this. This is a big moment for me. Bent Pixels might be copyright striking me as we speak. I got to clean up and I got to look nice because Brendan Schaub said appearance is all that matters. Okay? So I got to look nice for this big moment. Brendan Schaub, come on down. Ricky Glassman, there will be no shoeing today. I know Ricky Glassman, comedian, is shoe hungry. You're not suing me for this. This is all fair game. It's a new term in law. Fair game. Not even fair use. Fair game. This is Brendan Schaub on Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman, and we have time codes. We watched this last night.
Now, this is kind of like a light watch where there's a lot of time codes that are little.
Little ones. Oh, wow. Oh, fuck. I didn't know you coded this out this much. Let's go through this right now. Here is Rick Glassman sitting on his army green couch. And we'll go to our first time code. They do a bit where they're both wearing hazmat suits because of coronavirus. The one thing I will say, I truly believe Rick Glassman's OCD is completely fabricated. If you have OCD, if you have Asperger's and all these things that Rick Glassman, Rick Glassman's the type of guy who was scared that people would get crumbs on his couch. He makes them wear trays. He makes them take their shoes off, all this stuff. If there's a coronavirus outbreak, you don't invite people over if you're OCD. So the fact that he's even having Brendan Schaub here and pretending that his OCD is going nuts, come on, a real OCD maniac during a coronavirus does not have anyone over. Let's go to 4:30. Brendan's first mistake.
Okay, let me make sure
Here
I'm
it
even
comes.
recording.
Listen to this.
You do this all yourself? You do the whole podcast yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass out. I had a bowl of cereal and an almond butter sandwich today.
I've had a
Here we
carrot.
go.
I've had a carrot. I had I was gonna scratch my nose.
Okay. So they're just doing some small talk here, and this is the beginning of the show. I just need people to focus on this aspect right now because we're going to come back to this. Brendan Schaub's talking about how he doesn't feel good. They're discussing what they had to eat today. Brendan Schaub said, I had a carrot. I had coffee.
That's it.
But I want everybody to keep in mind, Brandon Schaub had a carrot today. This is going to come back up. He ate a carrot. It's not a bit. He ate a fucking carrot. Let's go to 8:15. Brendan won't stop going to the mall. Now, this is funny. There is a coronavirus right now. You know who else can't stop going out? Brian Redban. Yeah, Joe Rogan's old assistant.
I've been going every day. The only thing that's...
You go every day?
I live right next door to a grocery store.
Why would you go every day?
I live right next to a grocery store. I just want to see what they got.
I live next to a grocery store too. Did you realize that that is the opposite of a quarantine?
Yeah.
So, he's stupid! And here, Brendan's going to say how he goes to the mall every day. Here.
You're right.
Or
what
the fuck?
Oh man.
How are you wearing this stuff?
I'm good. I find it fun.
Have you been around family a lot and people that have been out?
Oh yeah.
So you're
I was at the mall on Saturday. Went to Cinnabon, played at the park. I'm living, bro.
Why would Rick Glassman let him in his apartment if he really had OCD? So Rick Glassman is faking OCD to be more of a Jewish humorist. This is true. He wants to be more Jewishy. This is a phase. So he goes, I'll adopt an OCD tick. People with OCD don't let in fucking coronavirus mall goers. And people who hate Brendan Schaub are going to love this. Brendan Schaub does not come up with his own ideas. I believe, and you could tell me if I'm right, and I bet you if you watch his career, if you follow Fighter and the Kid, you'd know this about him. This is what I'm picking up. Brendan Schaub is a self-help book guy, isn't he? Brendan Schaub reads those get-rich-quick success books. He's a Gary V type of guy, isn't he? I could tell from some of the language Brendan's going to use against Rick here, and I say against because if you use self-help techniques, tricks, or manipulations against people, you're an evil person. I feel the same way about dating techniques and tricks and tips. You're not supposed to read a book and then use tools to manipulate people to get what you want. There are people out there, and I bet Brendan is one of those, who's open in his use of these techniques. Oh, I read all this. Is this true? 100%. So you're going to hear him do something so disgusting that I bet you he learned in a self-help book. And you're going to see Brendan take advantage of a self-help technique. Let's check it out.
Well, so April will be a year.
So we've been doing a year, and I know I wouldn't be here if it was, you know what I'm saying.
Tell me what that means. Why did you do this? What does that mean? What,
you did me favors.
what favors did I do you?
You opened for me at the Comedy Store, opened for me at the Ice House twice.
Watch this. He goes, why are you doing my podcast? Because I don't have a big podcast. You seem like you only do big shows. Why are you doing my podcast? And Brendan goes, because you've done me favors. And Rick goes, how have I ever done you a favor? He goes, you opened for me once. Interesting. Watch this. There's no way Brendan came up with this technique himself.
Favors.
What favors did I do you?
You opened for me at the Comedy Store, opened for me at the Ice House twice. And
Yeah.
you were really nice to me.
Thank you. You thought that was a favor? I thought you were doing me a favor.
No, I thought you were doing me a favor.
In the self-help book, I bet it says, instead of saying you're doing me a favor, say you're doing me a favor. It'll make them think. Can't you see that?
Yep.
I guarantee that's a self-help trick or a Gary Vaynerchuk style thing to do to people. It's one of those mind manipulations, right? Tell people that they're doing you a favor. If you're a boss of somebody and your employee comes in, make them think, and you could see Brendan is trying this out for the first time. This was like, you could see Brendan's trying it out and he goes, wow, that worked. It made Rick Glassman appreciative. Look at this again.
It was, you know what I'm saying.
Tell me what that means. Why did you do this? What does that mean? What,
You did me favors.
what favors did I do you?
You opened for me at the Comedy Store, opened for me at the Ice House twice. And
Yeah.
you were really nice to me.
Thank you. You thought that was a favor? I thought you were doing me a favor.
No, I thought you were doing me a favor.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
And Glassman even go, Glassman already knows. Look at Glassman's face. Because Glassman's the king of what? Trickery. Trickery is, I mean, it's so close to self-help.
What do you think is more powerful?
Self-help or trickery?
Almost even.
It's almost even, and Glassman's going, wait, how do you know about that? That's something only me and my family of schmeemizers knows. Look at Glassman, you can tell. So trickery and get-rich-quick Christian schemery have a lot in common.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I put in 30 hours a week on this thing. It's one podcast, and I just started getting advertisers.
Okay. Let's jump. Ooh, advertisers. We love those. Let's jump to what? What are we at here? 1710.
Yes.
How
This
long?
one is-
Oh, this is good.
This is just a little one.
How long have you been doing stand-up now? Brendan was in a pretty good mood. He was studying the art of the mind manipulation by Gary Vaynerchuk. And then Rick asks him this question. And this insults Brendan. You know, Brendan's big thing is his big problem is that all the other comedians resent him for not actually putting in the work and becoming a stand-up too soon, just because of his buddy Joe Rogan. And you're going to see Ricky Glassman say something that really offends Schaub and kind of changes Brendan's whole mood and ultimately destroys this podcast. Watch this.
Vodka.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
yeah,
fair.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so I just got, I don't know, my birthday's tomorrow, and 37. I never drank in college or high school because of sports and dedication. Then all of a sudden I got in a stand. I just became basically a little bit of a drunk.
Wow. You made it until you were, how long ago did you start stand up? 2 years ago?
Oh! ago? How long ago did you start stand-up? 2 years ago?
That's a diss.
That's a fucking diss. Up until this point, we're 17 minutes into the podcast. Up until this point, Brendan thought he was the big-time guy. And Glassman was some small pleb who is lucky to have Brendan in here since Brendan's the big, rich podcaster. But then when Ricky Glassman says, how long have you been doing stand-up? 2 years? Then Brendan goes, oh, it's just like everyone else where I'm the noob and he's above me. You know, the problem that I fight with every day. So this is the turning point. 17 minutes in, Brendan thought he was the big shot. Only to realize that, oh, no, Ricky's just like everyone else. He thinks I've been doing stand-up for 2 years. That's an insult. Here.
Wow. You made it until you were... How long ago did you start stand-up? 2 years ago?
5 years ago.
Today?
At least 5 years. Yeah, 5 years ago. December.
And you could tell if you watch this whole thing, now he's pouty. Now he's in a pouty mood because he realized, oh, you think I've been doing it 2 years, so you must think I stink. Because everyone knows a 2-year comic stinks.
That's like a Kill Tony guest.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what Tony goes, how long you been doing stand-up? What, 2 years? You smell it on you. So Brendan is very miserable now.
December was 5 years.
So at 32, you started
4 years.
drinking.
4 years, 32.
I don't drink.
Never?
I have a drink. I have a drinking problem. I drink all the time. I just say I don't drink.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I don't really drink. Drinking doesn't do it for me. Weed does.
So Brendan Schaub does not get any of these jokes.
This is one of those episodes where it just makes me love Glassman again.
Yeah, well, this is when you go, okay, Glassman figured out what he's dealing with, and he's working with what he has, which is nothing.
And
he's
you
gonna
can tell when he doesn't respect his guest versus when he does, because when he doesn't respect them, he just basically turns it into entertaining himself, trying to trick
Exactly.
them.
Now, Rick Glassman, what he should be doing. So I'll compliment Rick Glassman. I'll go, I love what you did with Brendan Schaub. He's such a fool. You saw him for who he is. Great job. And he'll go, delete this comment. Don't say that. Because he still doesn't want his guests to know. He's too weak. So he'll passive-aggressively fuck with the guest, but if you say it publicly, he'll delete your comment. So he's not a good guy. He's too pussy to let Brendan know that he's actually doing this. Let's jump ahead to 22:25.
This is a good part.
This is bad, and I'm going to need that other clip pulled
It's at
up
the bottom.
right away. Okay. And it's ready to go?
The first one is the
Streamable?
clip. Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go. This is big. And this is why I think these Fighter and the Kid fans really hate Brendan. It's because of lies like this. And we witnessed a lie coming up here that is not a bit. At first I go, okay, maybe he's doing a bit. We have determined this is not a bit. It's a lie. You're going to see Brendan Schaub just do a total lie. And it's one of these lies where he didn't have enough time to think, so he chose lie. We see people like Josh Denny do this a lot where they know they shouldn't be lying, but we didn't give them enough time to answer the question. And, you know, like if your boss asked you if you were skipping out on work, if you were sick or not, you know how people lie to their boss when you have to? It's like that. Brendan Schaub and people like him, they will lie to everybody as if they're lying to their boss. Like, it's a white lie to get... But you can't do that in podcasting, can you? Because they're forgetting you're not just lying to Rick Glassman, you're lying to all of us.
And it's on record.
Let's go to 22:25. This is where I go, wow, Brendan Schaub is not just stupid. They don't hate him because he's stupid. They hate him because he's a liar. And you're going to hear this 22:25. You're going to love this, too. So don't get mad. You're going to love it. Listen to this. They're talking about The King and the Sting, Brendan's show with Theo Vaughn. Listen to this.
On a, what's a good question? What kind of questions do you ask people?
I don't do interview style either.
Yeah, what do you guys do? You guys just fucking make fun of
me
people.
and Brian. Well,
You and Theo make fun
Theo
of
and I
people.
roast people. I mean, we roast like that's what we roast each other. I got lit up today. I actually got lit up so bad I was in a bad mood.
Because of Theo?
He just there's like these legendary roasts where like the entire staff was dying, and
LeBron James.
I had 2 solid ones, but I didn't have. This is where it's like playing basketball. LeBron James, Theo, he has these other tools. I don't have those other tools yet, and he just kept going. I was like, I'm out, dude.
What's the process of that? You guys have people writing bits for you too?
No,
you have nobody writing for you. So you guys come in. Do you have topics that you already know you're coming into?
It's all just off the top of the dome.
What about?
Excuse me. So here he is. Do you guys have writers? Nope. Do you have bits written for you? Nope. Do you have topics laid out for you? Nope. It's all off the dome. Well, this was really alarming because just 2 weeks ago, there was a big scandal that proved some of our interns. Here, let me cut to the interns. Hey, interns, didn't you prove that King and the Sting was written? Oh my shit, man, you won't get us in trouble, man. Oh my, yeah, we write the show for the King and the Sting, and they just read it off. You're gonna get us in so much trouble. Those are actually the King and the Sting's interns. They work for us as well.
Yep. 2 jobs.
We just showed you 2 weeks ago that they were busted reading off a script, and Brendan's gonna sit here and lie. Here, we're gonna go to that clip. Watch this.
Yeah, look at this, dude.
This is from King and the Sting.
Sink my ink, bro. This is it, dude.
Where's the pause button? This is the show that Brendan and Theo do. Now look at this. The interns accidentally cut to their screen showing there's an entire script. Okay? This was accidentally recorded. They edited this out of the podcast after people caught on. So what happened is they published this, exposing that they read from a script. People caught on. They go, holy fuck, you accidentally showed the script. They edited it out and re-uploaded it. Here's that clip exposing their script.
Yeah, look at this, dude. Sink my ink, bro. This is it.
Look at that. So they cut. They're supposed to just cut to this picture of Chris D'Elia, but they accidentally cut to their desktop showing everything written out word for word. Look at this. What's scarier, spiders or snakes? Snakes are scarier. You can squish a snake with a flip-flop. Snakes can bite and have range.
The name of the document is King and the Sting 52 Jokes.
King and the Sting Jokes. For today, for the episode 52, and here are the jokes, and they're literally written out the same way that they're about to read them. Okay, this was a giant scandal. This isn't a bit, you know, they're going to walk this back, and what Brendan will tell you, since now they're caught in this lie, will be like, we obviously showed a fake script as a bit. Tom Segura does this all the time, where when they get caught, they pretend they were the ones doing it all along. This is not the case. This is all happening the way I'm saying it's happening, nothing more. Watch this.
Yeah, look at this, dude.
So they expose
Sink
the
my
script.
ink, bro. This is it. This is it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, look.
Oh, okay. That's
the Glassman
whole
fan in me thinks that Glassman knows all about
yeah.
this
Oh, yeah.
scandal,
No,
and
that's why
he
Glassman
asked.
brought it up. Glassman brought it up. He's the king of this. Glassman brought it up because this was a big scandal 2 weeks ago that the King and the Sting is scripted. And we don't do that in podcasting. We don't script. It's a big no-no. So, of course, Glassman brought it up because he knows about it. Glassman, that's how he does it. He's passive-aggressive Glassman. Let's hear this again and watch Brendan just make the split decision to lie.
Kept going. I was like, I'm out, dude.
What's the process of that? You guys have people writing bits for you too?
No,
you have nobody writing for you. So you guys come in. Do you have topics that you already know you're coming into?
It's all just off the top of the dome.
Wow.
The video shit that comes up.
The video shit is all
See, he
fan
knows,
generated.
Glassman.
And we have a producer, Nick and Chin. They go through them. They'll send them the night before. Like, here's the topics. We're doing King the Sting.
So you do have
Rip My Drip.
But it's all off the dome.
My Aunt, Punk My Unk, or something like that, you know?
No.
Well, those are the names of the segments. So those are all fan driven, but everything's freestyle. Finally, Kid, we've never, ever once go, hey, let's make sure we talk about this or make sure we do this. Never
Right.
once. All of it's off the top of the dome. Below the Belt, the exact same thing, too. On Showtime.
Below the Belt,
This was a panic lie. when he knows that we all know about the script incident.
And he said no so quick. He was like, did they write the jokes? Brandon's like, nope.
Again, this is what Josh Denny will do. This is what Patrick Melton, our OG Fools, will do. They forget there's an entire audience who knows the truth watching. So, like, when Brendan is sitting with Rick Glassman, Brendan is so stupid that he forgets that Rick isn't the only person here, and the objective isn't just trick Rick. You know, and Josh Denny does this all the time as well, where it's like he's being confronted by this guy, and all he's got to do is tell a lie to this guy to get him off his case, and he's good. Forgetting there's a whole audience watching who knows the lie. So this is got to be why Fighter and the Kids fans fucking hate this guy, right? All right, let's go to the next one. Brendan is going to pretend that they have bigger viewership than any show on TV. Rick Glassman knows that's not the case. Rick Glassman is a big TV enthusiast. Remember, Rick was on NBC's Undateable with Chris D'Elia. He's a TV wannabe guy. So he knows TV numbers. And then Brendan Schaub's going to try to do one of these big shots. Oh, we pull bigger numbers than any show on TV. Let's do this. 45-30. Here we go.
But he looks out for me, and then because we're so close, we fight like brothers. So there's some days, you know, especially, you know, I take podcasting very serious. I tell Brian, or I tell anybody that I work with, I'm like, you need to treat this like you work for ESPN, man. This name a show you watch. This gets the same viewership.
Let me think of a show.
Go ahead. Don't say Game of Thrones.
Well, okay. I don't know if I would have, but now I won't.
But there are not my podcast, but my friend's podcast gets Game of Thrones numbers even bigger.
What friend?
Let me
Rogan?
think of a show. Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah, we crushed him.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me think of another show.
See, Glassman knows.
Blackish.
Sure, destroy him.
You have my vote.
Yeah, see, Glassman knows. Glassman's like, how would you know that you're crushing all these shows? This is just something you've been saying to people. You haven't actually really verified any of your claims. So he really kind of outs Brendan as, yeah, you're a fast-talking slickster. You really don't know any of this, do you? All right, let's go to the next one here. 55.
This is a good one. No, go to 47.55.
47.55. Yeah, you tell me where to go. My eyes are starting to burn out here.
It's a digital TV show that thinks, if I told you how much that costs to produce, I don't know how much this is, but
okay, so he's talking about King and the Sting. King and the Sting is not a podcast, according to Brendan. It's a
and then the King and the Sting with Theo Von. It's a digital TV show that thinks, if I told you how much that costs to produce, I don't know how much this is, but it'd blow your mind. That thing.
Wow, it's a digital TV show. It's not a regular TV. It's digital. If I told you how much it costs to produce it, it would blow your mind. Wow. Well, where's the money going into? I thought it's all off the dome. I thought you guys sit there, King and the Sting. You just said it's all off the dome, and it's just you guys sitting in front of some, in the corner of a room being filmed by 3 DSLR cameras. Where does all the money go? I hope the money isn't going to writers. Why does it cost so much to produce King and the Sting? I don't understand.
I'd like them to be audited.
If it's just you guys off the dome talking for an hour in the corner of a room, why does it cost so much to produce?
Joe, that thing's, if I told you how much that costs to produce, I don't know how much this is, but it'd blow your mind. That thing's a mini digital TV show.
Yeah.
You really should watch it instead of listening.
That's how, I don't know if you've seen this before, but that's how mine is as well.
Interesting stuff. So they do have writers. They're paying those writers. That's why it costs money. So Brendan is, you can see he's starting to get sick of this podcast. He's giving yes or no answers. He's not playing along. And it starts about here.
Like, I want somebody who I want to respect me.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
100%.
I want to look up
100%.
to somebody. I want it to be somebody who's better than me.
Yes.
In you know, who's better than me.
Yes. You're how old?
35.
All right.
Today.
Yeah.
So Rick Glassman does an ongoing bit. It's a very old dad joke. I mean, everybody knows this joke. Rick Glassman goes, Or Brendan
old
goes,
are you?
how old are you? 35 today. Meaning, yeah, today I'm 35. Not that my birthday is today. So here, you'll see this again. This goes way over Brendan's head. Watch this little grandpa joke go way over Brendan's head. You'll see.
How old?
35.
All right.
Today?
Yeah. Close as mine, man.
What do you mean?
My birthday's tomorrow.
Mine's on the 23rd of July.
Well, today's March.
I'm saying today I'm 35.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't turn 35.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said today.
It's a little birthday joke that I do every now and then.
Ooh,
The weed
you
kick.
got to practice. Brendan, I think you got to spend a little bit more time with LeBron on the practice court getting ready. Isn't that amazing that Theo is LeBron? So there's not much. Who's Michael Jordan then? Rogan? That's it?
Yeah.
Theo's the second best basketball player. It doesn't get much higher. There's not too many good comics, is what I'm getting.
There's only 1,000 of them in all of America.
So
if you
he's
think
so
about it.
dumb. Do you want to see this again? And Brendan's also in a terrible mood now because he's bombing out so bad.
35.
All right.
Today?
Yeah. Close as mine, man.
What do you mean?
My birthday's tomorrow.
Mine's on the 23rd of July.
Well, today's March.
I'm saying today I'm 35.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't turn 35.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said today.
It's a little birthday joke that I
And
do.
Brendan also, the thing I'm learning about him, he doesn't like, just like Joe Rogan, he doesn't like
When the wool is pulled over
exactly
his eyes.
when he doesn't get a joke, he gets like pissy.
Like he would never just laugh it off and be like, oh, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, he realized that Rick Glassman got him. He like set him up perfectly. Like Glassman was like, yes, finally, I got. Because most people go, oh, I see what you're doing. Ha, ha, ha. But he was like, wait, you're 35 today? My birthday. And then he's like, no, I'm 35 in July. And he's like, but that's not the day. Ugh. Oh, I see what's happened here. I don't like that. It's like, okay, you fucking fool. Rogan does the same thing where he starts getting mad when he gets tricked. The only person you need to be mad at is yourself, bro. Stupid idiot. Look how mad he is there. I like this. I like Brendan Schaub stuff now. I might start watching Fighter and the Kid.
Oh, gotcha.
I didn't turn 30.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you said today.
It's a little birthday joke that I do every now and then. The weed kicked in.
Brendan must bite the inside of all of his mouth.
Because of the sound of his voice.
Like that. Hi, I'm Brendan Schaub. I sound like I was chewing bubble gum and then just said, fuck it, and bit all of my cheeks. This has to be a lie. Listen to this little story.
Well, online, I'm 37, so
Right.
the online wasn't a thing. So I opened up a little comic shop in my mom's closet. Had all my
I opened up a comic shop in my mom's closet. Listen to this whopper.
So the online wasn't a thing. So I opened up a little comic shop in my mom's closet. Had all my comics there.
You had friends come over?
Random people would walk in our house, and my mom made me shut it down.
Is the closet or is it or
See,
anything?
a Jew, they never fall for an unbelievable story. This happens with me and Drew Michael all the time. I'll tell Drew Michael a flat out lie that usually all my Christian friends just eat up like fools. But not a Jew. A Jew hangs on every word viciously.
It's nice.
And a Jew is always looking for a misinformation.
I appreciate it.
So he hears, oh yeah, I used to sell comic books out of my mom's closet, but my mom shut it down because it was getting too big. And then he's like, wait a minute.
It doesn't sound right.
I'm Jewish. This can't be right. Watch this.
In my mom's closet, had all my comics there.
You had friends come over?
Random people would walk in our house, and my mom made me shut it down.
How is the closet or is it or anything on display or do you have them
Oh
organized?
no, everything was on display and
How?
organized.
On Shurex?
Well, I had it like in those vanilla, those things. They look like
Yes.
I had them all
Accordion
Vanilla?
envelopes.
Yeah, I had all the accordion envelopes. the
Vanilla?
vanilla
Wait, he calls them vanilla folders?
Yes.
Nice, dude. You should get some sprinkles and chocolate mousse on there.
Yes.
I had them all
Accordion
in there.
envelopes.
Yeah, I had all the accordion envelopes, the vanilla folders.
Wow.
I had all the characters lined up, and I had posters on the wall.
How big is this closet?
I mean, I was young, man, 8 or 9, so I thought it was huge, but enough for like grown men and kids to come in. My mom's like, we can't have fucking strangers in the house.
How did people know that this was happening?
Because I stood outside and had signs.
Nah.
Selling comic books in my mom's closet.
Yep.
See, he knows. No. You didn't have grown men coming over to your mom's closet.
He didn't expect to be asked so many
Exactly.
questions.
It's like Josh Denny. They'll tell a quick lie, and usually their Christian friends will just accept it. But here's Rick Glassman. He goes, wait a minute. He's got all these follow-up questions, so Brendan needs to... I held up a sign on the street. That's how the men knew about it. Yes, that's it.
To come in. My mom's like, we can't have fucking strangers in the house.
How did people know that this was happening?
Because I stood outside and had signs.
Yeah, that's
Selling
a lie.
comic books in my mom's closet.
Yep.
And how did you sell any?
Oh, yeah, man.
And that's the same way he said was so sure about that it wasn't scripted.
Yeah, he says
So
it
this
much,
is
he goes,
Brendan
yep,
Tell.
nope.
You go, wait a minute. You sold comics in your mom's closet? And he's like, yep. Wait a minute. Your show isn't scripted? Yep. Nope. Completely off the dome. That's his tell, isn't it? He's so stupid. He wears everything right on his fucking big sleeve.
Comic books in my mom's closet.
Yep.
And how did you sell any?
Oh, yeah, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Were there older men that came over?
Yep. They bought them. But you could tell they were just there probably to fondle me, but...
Do you really believe that?
Oh, yeah, because they didn't know much about the comics. They would take like the cheapest one for like 25 cents.
Did you think something
Very
was weird
clear
at the time, and then
memories you
later
have
on
of
you
this.
were called?
Yes. But I also, like, my spidey senses went off.
So you did even that.
Stranger danger.
Did you make money?
And in his head, I believe Brendan Schaub has also told himself it's okay to lie on podcasts. That's comedy. I'm yes-anding. I'm not lying. I'm moving things along. I'm not holding up the process by getting stuck in the weeds with, the facts. That's how he convinces himself that these lies are okay. See, Brendan was never meant to be a comic, you see. He was meant to be a MMA wrestling guy. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So you're a little entrepreneur now, and now instead of comics, you're selling CBD.
Sure. One of the things I sell.
What else do you sell?
So I've got another theory. Brendan is the fourth partner of a CBD company. Now, I've tried all sorts of CBD. I've bought the expensive ones, the cheap ones, the ones everyone says they work. I don't think their CBD does nothing. Now, Brendan Schaub is one of 4 owners of a CBD company, and he claims that CBD cured his son's seizures. That his son was seizing out like a complete lord, day in and day out, seizing out like what Louis J. Gomez's son does, and that just a drop of CBD cured it.
CBD oil gets rid of them, so I haven't taken it off since. He was. Not anymore, thanks to CBD oil.
I don't believe this at all. And I believe Brendan is like 25% responsible for the accumulative lie that CBD helps seizures. I think most people are hearing it from him. Because Joe Rogan started this. Oh, I got a good friend who's got a son who was having seizures every day. Gave him a little drop of CBD. He's fully cured. I think Brendan just started a CBD company with 4 bozos. They probably get the lowest grade, watered down CBD they can and sell it at the highest price available. And then Brendan goes, I'll just tell people that my son had seizures and it got... He doesn't care if it's good for the business. And then Joe Rogan parrots this. I bet the whole idea of CBD helping seizures is mostly based around Brendan's little white lie to help his company get off the ground. It's not helping nobody. CBD is fake. At the beginning of the show, Brendan Schaub said, all I've had today to eat is a carrot.
I've had a carrot. I had...
Remember this. He had a carrot to eat today. What time code am I going to?
We probably wouldn't have remembered that if it weren't for the animated carrot. So
exactly.
Thanks, Glassman.
So, okay.
Now we're going to 133.00.
You're going to love this. 133.00, proving Brendan lies constantly. We got a big liar here. I might have to focus in on your lies and post them every time I catch them, Brendan. At the beginning of the show, he said with a straight face that he had a carrot today, some coffee. But listen to this.
Inflammation.
I don't know if it's just I don't know if it's just the inflammation. Sometimes after I eat certain foods, I just feel heavy.
Oh, that's your thing.
Yeah. So I just know that I like fish for whatever reason. I don't like fish. I don't feel bad after eating fish.
Yeah, it's light.
Yeah.
You know, there's Jordan Peterson. You know who that is?
I do.
Brilliant man, one of the most brilliant people out there right now. But,
One of the most. First of all, this is funny. Brilliant man, one of the most brilliant people out there right now. Oh yeah, Jordan Peterson. He can't talk. He's being weekended burned around the internet by his sleazy fly-by-night salesman daughter, Michaela Peterson. Jordan Peterson hasn't spoken to his disciples in over a year because he got hooked on benzos, got some psychedelic Russian treatment, and now is comatose. You got the coronavirus going around. His people need him the most right now, and he's nowhere to be found. He took his 12 rules to success money, spent it all on Michaela, got addicted to benzos. They put him in a coma in Russia, which is illegal to do here. They fried his mind. He's unable to speak anymore. There is no such thing as Jordan Peterson. It's like when people say to me, I get this comment a lot in the comments, "You sound just like Brody Stevens." I go, "What's a Brody Stevens?" Sounds like something that doesn't exist. So when you say Jordan Peterson is smart, no, Jordan Peterson was smart. He doesn't exist anymore. There is no such thing as Jordan Peterson anymore. Let's make that perfectly clear. But listen to this.
Ask me again.
do you know who Jordan Peterson is?
Jordan Peterson. I think it's Jordan Peterson.
No.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yes.
He's a auteur. He also speaks on the, well, what do you like about him?
I just like how smart he is.
Smart he is?
I like smart people.
Yeah.
Smart
So
is, yeah.
he has horrible.
Only a dummy talks about how they like smart people.
Yes.
It's true. I like intelligent women. I like smart people, says Brendan the dummy. Oh, so you can't be dumb if you like smart people. So only a dumb person would say, oh, I'm into intelligence. I like smart people. No. That's what dumb people say. He goes, why do you like him? He goes, because he's smart. He goes, smart. Good.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yes.
He's a auteur. He also speaks on the, well, what do you like about him?
I just like how smart he is.
Smart he
I
is?
like smart people.
Smarties, yeah.
So
Good.
he
I like smart people.
has horrible inflammation. Like he had a chronic.
You're gonna love
inflammation
this, though.
problem, and he did the carnivore diet where he just ate red meat.
Yeah.
And it went away.
Listen.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that meat is bad necessarily for inflammation. I've gotten off gluten and nightshades for inflammation. What
sense.
What I think is meat just makes me feel tired.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you cook?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every day?
Yeah, because I'm on this carnivore diet, so I can only have meat. So
You're on the carnivore diet, huh? And what does that mean? Just for people who don't know, it means you only eat meat and salt. Joe Rogan's on the carnivore diet too, except for the pasta, fruit snacks, beers, Cokes, and carrots. At the beginning of the show, Brendan talks about how he had a carrot today.
I've had a carrot.
Well, guess what? Carrots aren't meat.
Brendan.
So you're not on the carnivore diet. This is a typical. Everybody who's on the carnivore diet
And
is
he just went to Cinnabon
exactly.
I was at the mall on Saturday. Went to Cinnabon.
at the mall.
Yes.
Remember?
Everyone on the carnivore diet is lying about being on the carnivore diet. It's nearly impossible to stick to any of these things. They all lie. I mean, Joe Rogan will literally post a picture of him like eating pasta at DeFranco's Italian restaurant, and then the next week on the podcast tell people that he's been carnivore for 4 months. It's like they forget that we're all watching. You're not carnivore if you ate a carrot. And let me tell you how strict carnivore is. 1 carrot, it cancels out all your
Carrot
carnivore.
is like the sugariest vegetable.
Exactly. So if you're a carnivore for a month and eat a carrot, then you're not carnivore anymore. You're only carnivore if you're carnivore. It's very strict. There's not, I'm carnivore right now, but I had a carrot earlier. No. That means you just eat anything. Here.
Makes me feel tired.
Rick's realized this guy's a complete fool. I'm just going to ask nonsense questions and play with him like a dog. There's one more, right? What do we got
This
next
is the
here?
end. Just an awkward ending.
145.10.
Yep. Where?
1:45:10. Here's the awkward ending. Let's watch this.
Thank you.
See, Rick's had enough.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Take Your Shoes Off. My name's Rick Glassman. This is Charles Schwab. Please follow him at Brendan Schaub on Instagram.
This is Charles Schwab.
It's rude.
Brendan doesn't like shit like that. Watch this. I'm Rick Glassman. That's Charles Schwab. Who cares? None of you are going to look him up. He sucks. Watch.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Take Your Shoes Off. My name's Rick Glassman.
Watch.
This is Charles Schwab. Please follow him at Brendan Schaub on Instagram. And you could also check him out on The Fighter and the Kid, or you could check him
He's
out
not happy.
on King and the Sting, or you could check him out on stage, or you could check him out on the Showtime thing that he does, or just give him a call. I'll put his phone number up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Rick Glassman. And as always, have a snap nights.
That's
You don't
good.
like...
I'll tell you, it's a good piece together. Fantastic.
Wow, wait. Did you hear this? Or Brendan goes, that's it? That's it? Because that wasn't that good. Because there was a bad app. And then Rick goes, I'll tell you, it's going to piece together fantastic. When we do it in post, it'll all be... He knows it was horrible. Look at Brendan's face.
As always, have
What?
a snap nights.
That's good.
I'll tell you, it's a good piece together. Fantastic.
No. Look at Brendan. That's a defeated guy. He's a lying man. All right, that's that. That's Brendan Schaub. Now I know why people hate him.
Now I'm ready to watch every Brendan Schaub
I
clip
love
that
this
exists.
because I didn't know he was like a compulsive liar.
No, I thought it was just
everyone
about the
hated him. Just
stupidity.
he's so stupid, and
Which
you could
is
only
funny.
hate on stupid people so much. It's little low hanging, they say, but a lie. Ooh, do I love a liar? Brendan, you're a liar. Now I got something to dig my teeth into.